Hello. So good to meet you at our global motivational meeting. We are reading World Scriptures book, these God's words that inspire billions of people, families, communities, countries, and the whole world. And help you to just read these quotes and practice in their life. Think about them, that God could give you tips for happy life and prosperous future. As we're reading this holy book from the beginning, please find all the chapters at our Message to Billion channel. You may turn on suggestion playlist, choose the best one for you, and listen God's words. Stay blessed all the day. As we're reading this book from the beginning, please find all the chapters on Message to Billion channel. And now let's see what God prepared for us today, the United Nations and global governance. As we're reading about society and the peace, so let's read the few quotes about first. We, the peoples of the United Nations, determined to save succeeded generation from the scourge of war, which twice in our lifetime has brought untold sorrow and to mankind, and to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person, in the equal right of men and women and of nations large and small, and the established conditions under which justice and respect for the obligations arising from treaties and other sources of international law can be maintained, and to promote social progress and better standards of life and larger freedom, and for this ends to practice tolerance and live together in peace with one another as good neighbors, and to unite ourselves to maintain international peace and security, and to ensure but the acceptance of the principles and the institutions of methods that armed force shall not be used, save in the common interest, and to employ international machinery for the promotion of the economic and social advancement of all people, have resolved to combine our efforts to accomplish these aims. Accordingly, our respective governments through representative assemblies in the city of San Francisco, who have exhibited their full powers found to be in good and due form, have agreed to the present Charter of the United Nations, and do hereby establish an international organization to be known as the United Nations. Good. Further, another quote. Now is the gracious Lord's ordinance promulgated, no one shall cause another pain or injury. All mankind shall live in peace together under a shield of administrative benevolence. Further, let's read quotes from the second coming Messiah, Father, Son, and Moon. The biblical account of Cain and Abel reveals the beginning of human conflict right in Adam's family. It provides the archetypes for humankind, unending history of struggle, war, and conflict. We are conflicted on many levels, beginning with the war between body and mind within each individual, and extending to wars between nations, and even to global conflict between materialism and theism. Who can unite this ancient knot of Cain and Abel? It has been tightened for thousands of years and grow even more tangled. Do you know the United Nations can do it? The United Nations at its founding proclaimed a movement for the world peace, and for 6 years it has dedicated itself to this task. Yet the world peace still remains far distant. Peace among nations can never come when those entrusted with the task have not resolved the Cain and Abel relationship between their own mind and body. Therefore, the time has come to launch the Abel type sovereignty for the peaceful ideal world that will set its course according to God's will. World peace can be fully accomplished only when the wisdom and efforts of the world's religions leaders who represent the internal concern of the mind and conscience work cooperatively and respectfully with national leaders who have much practical wisdom and worldly experience about the external reality or body. In this light, it is time for us to give serious considerations even to the prospect of restructuring the United Nations. For example, perhaps it is possible to envision the United Nations as a bicameral institution. The existing United Nations structure composed of national representatives may be regarded as a Congress where the interests of each member nation are represented. However, I submit that serious consideration should be given to forming a religious assembly or a council of religion representatives within the structure of the United Nations. This assembly or council would consider of respected spiritual leaders in fields such as religion, culture, and education. Of course, the members of this interreligious assembly will need to have demonstrated an ability to transcend the limited interest of individual nations and to speak for the concern of the entire world and humanity at large. The two chambers working together in mutual respect and cooperation will be able to make great advances in ushering in a world of peace. The wisdom and vision of great religious leaders will substantially supplement the political insight, experience, and skill of the world's political leaders. So powerful quotes for today. If you have difficulties, please watch one more time this video. Share this video as you end this video and have like, subscribe this marathon. Contact me for consultation, cooperation, and get a member of this heavenly parents school community globally. Receive heavenly kingdom citizenship right now. The contact is below. See you tomorrow with more powerful quotes. Stay happy, healthy, and till then, turn on suggest playlist. Choose the best one for you and listen God's word. Stay blessed all the day. Bye bye for now. Yours, Nicolae.